So he must be doing it from his phone.
Okay. Somebody pull the podcast up. Somebody pull it up and check if you got audio and everything going live.
But you got it already?
And then
You can do it? Okay.
oops, what the heck? Why is it usually... It's not why YouTube's not doing the usual where it gives me, it keeps going to stuff.
Just see your subscriptions.
There we go.
Wi-Fi though, it's good. You got it? You have volume?
Yeah.
You good?
Awesome.
I can hear me talking on it though.
There's a place I go on a holiday night, and the bourbon's poured under the northern lights. Good company and conversation, final third's my destination. Cigars and bourbon, I think I've died and gone to heaven. Good friends and company, well, this is where I wanna be. Thank you all for tuning in to the Final Third podcast. Let me introduce you to Scotty D. You just don't know how much I drink. Willie B. Our ascot, cocky Wolverine. Mikey B. A favorite production machine. Knowledge of cars and machines. The wizard of slot machines and the pretentious tobacconist. Robbie B. And lest we forget, God bless us, everyone.
Coming to you from the award-winning Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge, PCA's 2024 Best of Leaf Midwest Cigar Bar, Indiana's exclusive Aladino Aladino Cigar Lounge. It's the Final Third Podcast.
Well, welcome back to the Final Third Podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Alan.
I'm Scott.
I'm Will, and today we have a special guest joining us. My one and only, well, not my one and only. I have 3 daughters, but
Your favorite.
my
Yeah,
favorite,
yeah,
the
yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, my best daughter. No, this is Grace. So welcome, Grace, to the
Yeah,
Final Third
welcome
Podcast.
on.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys for having me.
Sure thing.
Yes.
Sure thing. All right. So today we're going to be smoking. Well, Grace is going to be smoking the Aladino Cameroon. I don't think she's had that before. So be a good intro to the Aladino line. And we're going to be smoking the Espinosa Murcielago. This is a Mexican San Andreas over Mexican binder, Nicaraguan fillers. And then hers is actually Cameroon over Corojo from Honduras.
Right. So one thing, Grace, what we do before we light up the cigars is usually we do what we call a cold draw. And so that's just going to be kind of pumping the cigar without any fire to it. And just seeing if you pick up any kind of flavors, any aromas, anything like that, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep. And on this one, I get hay and cocoa.
hey, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, a little bit of cocoa.
100%.
Yep.
It just reminded me of a bar.
Yep. Are you getting anything or?
It's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Cameroon is a sweet tobacco, so yeah,
All right.
that's exactly right. Cool. All right, so we're gonna get started. We're actually gonna be drinking through a few barrel picks that we received this year that we thought were pretty good, and actually one of them that we've never tried yet. So we're excited to get into these. And then second, third, or the last third of the show, we're gonna have a gentleman by the name of Dave Furst on, and we'll be talking and explaining who he is, and he was one that we actually did the West Fork pick with.
Not the sportscaster Dave Furst.
No, and
It's a different Dave.
we're starting off with the Larrikin Rosewater. This is a 86 proof. Let's see, Kentucky straight bourbon proofed with distillery brewed rosewater. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so the
So they-
interesting thing about this is that they actually proof, instead of proofing down with just regular water, they take rose petals, tons and tons of dried rose petals, boil them into kind of like a tea, and use that rose water to cut and proof the bourbon down, which brings this like really interesting floral note to it. Which you don't get a lot in bourbon. So I thought it'd be cool to let you try it, Grace, and kind of see if you can pick up on some of those floral notes from the rose water. And it's kind of
That's good.
it's a good starter whiskey because it's low proof, kind of get our palates adjusted. But yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to try and participate, but I feel like I got 47 things going on. As you guys probably noticed, both are in Heine or both gone today.
Yeah,
And those guys always run all this camera shit. And so,
You're trying to do it all.
yeah, I mean, I think I went through somewhat of a tutorial with them, but now I'm kind of like, okay, what was I doing? What was this thing again?
Well, the best thing
How do I
Mike
do
always does
what?
with me is Mike brings out the new equipment, says, "Hey, look at this! It does this, this, this." And I'm like, "Great!
Yeah.
I'll never remember to do it, but great!
Yeah, right.
That's
I mean,
awesome."
There's a lot of nerd speak coming from
Yeah.
Mike and stuff.
And,
That's
and
like,
big
I have
shocker,
no
the,
idea.
the live chat already has Will and Grace.
Oh yeah. It's got-
Sorry.
That's all right.
That's
Boy, this
that's
is-
tiny.
That's tiny. Yeah,
Like the initial smell of this, or initial, was a lot of floral hit me.
yeah,
I don't know if that's like said what you said, but I smelled.
yeah. That rose water definitely
Yes.
pops through.
Yeah, it's definitely
Wow.
very floral.
Very yes.
Yeah.
It immediately makes me think of Class Azul Reposado.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so rose water forward.
I do like
Wow,
the bottle
that-
that has a kangaroo on it, though.
Well, yeah.
Little bottle, yeah. So
It definitely, maybe it's just first sip of the day after drinking water, but it definitely tastes a little above its proof.
Yeah, so.
At least on the first sip.
Let me give it a taste.
It's going to get a lot sweeter as you drink it, but that first sip is a little bit hotter than what I was expecting. 86.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, for 86 proof whiskey, it's got a lot of flavor.
Yes.
It's got a ton. I mean, we've found this about pretty much all the Larrikins that we've had.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
Yeah, so Larrikin Grace is a distillery in Kentucky, in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. It's near like Wild Turkey and Four Roses. And the owner's a guy named Greg Keeley, and he was in the Australian Army and the
Navy.
the Australian Navy and the U.S. Navy. And his wife decided after they retired from the military, they wanted to start a bourbon line. And so they've been open for maybe about 4 or 5 years now. I
Something
think.
like that, yeah.
And they changed the name recently. It was the Lawrenceburg Distilling Company. They changed it to Larrikin, which is a symbol of kind of a Larrikin in Australian is a, I guess, a slang term for kind of like a
Maverick.
a rebel. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
Maverick was
yeah,
what the word he used.
Maverick. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is being distributed in Indiana now. Unfortunately, not with small batch, but I still love this whiskey. And love Greg and what he's doing.
I'm glad it's distributed here. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He went with a smaller distribution company in out of Fort Wayne, I think.
Okay.
So I think it's got a presence up in the northeast corner of the state right now. Hadn't made its way down to Indy yet, but it should soon.
Let's say we got to get it in that Noble.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Rob, it's interesting because, like, for me, usually I could taste like the proof and stuff, but
Yeah.
it did not hit me like maybe it did you and stuff. Like,
Well, the first sip just tastes a little bit hotter, but
yeah,
I honestly, second sip was sweet
it was
all the
very
way
sweet.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What do you feel like, Grace? You get any notes on it that kind of stand
Honestly,
out to you?
I was kind of shocked with the taste because it smells so sweet and like kind of almost like perfume. I feel like when I tasted it.
It's like
That
hello.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm not really getting anything super sweet. I feel like it's more spice forward,
Okay. Yeah.
but
Yeah. I definitely.
I get a little cinnamon.
The nose definitely doesn't correlate 100% to the palate.
I
No.
was gonna say, like,
No.
it doesn't smell like it tastes to
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Right.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm getting. I got to think about it for a minute. I think I still got some coffee on my palate.
It's unique, right?
It is unique.
Um,
And it's good. That's the thing. You get something like that that's a little bit, quirky that they're doing rose water. Who would think about doing that? You think it's a little quirky, but it actually tastes really good. I could sip on this. So
Yeah. With the cigar, at least I know, Grace, you're smoking it differently. You're smoking the Cameroon, but with this Murcielago, man, chocolate notes are
Yeah.
really coming out strong. on it,
Yeah.
you know?
I would say with her cigar, it's probably going to be a little bit sweet, a little bit of
Maybe a
sweetness
little
coming.
bit sweet.
We'll light it again.
Oh yeah, we'll light it. Yeah.
Yeah, just relight. You can do that. If they go out, just make sure that the ash is kind of tapped off, and then just give it a little puff and a relight.
This is definitely very easy drinking.
Yeah.
Easy drinking. Like if
Well, and this one I would assume because I know you're a big Dalmore fan.
yes,
The notes in this kind of give you a reminder of some scotches.
it does. I like for me. Like this is
Not
like
single
we
malt,
talk
but
about down my
Scotch.
alley. This is
Yep.
something that I would enjoy, where it's not hot. I know I'm not going to get 3 sheets to the wind pretty quick. It's
Right.
something that I can feel like I can sit in the back patio.
I
Just
mean,
No,
you
that's
get
only
three
on-
three sheets to the wind pretty quick, no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, if those
Especially
bottles
beer.
of beer and stuff. So
Yeah, you just don't know how much I drink.
Yes.
You just don't know how much Alan can drink. It's not much.
Mm-mm.
Not much at all.
I can smoke them. Trust me.
Yeah.
I can smoke a lot of cigars.
I will say, like, one of the reasons I wanted Grace to come on, I've got 4 kids. She's got a twin brother. She's got an older sister, younger sister. But of all my kids, Grace clearly has got her father's genes of having a wonderful, exceptional palate and nose for bourbon. So she got the lucky gene.
Nice.
She may have a better palate than I do, quite honestly.
Oh,
I think She's got
wow.
a phenomenal palate. I think we've tasted bourbon together. She can pull out some really cool nose. I've always been super impressed with her ability to do that when she's not really a bourbon drinker.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be fun to have her kind of taste through some of these things that we have. Let us know like what you think. So,
Well, that's a good question too. What is your drink of choice?
Not bourbon.
Not
That-
bourbon.
Really?
I honestly am more of a gin person.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
No, actually,
Love
that makes
that.
sense on the palate too, because gins can be so polarizing between one end to the other.
Yeah.
So gins, there's such a wide range of from floral to herbal to piney, all those different things that it's kind of nice to be able to get into gin.
Well, outside of whiskey, I think gin would be the next spirit that has the most vast flavor profiles, right?
Mhm.
So like maybe you could go.
You
with-
said outside of whiskey?
I said outside of whiskey.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, I'd agree.
Like I just
Yeah.
feel like
Actually, I honestly feel like gin has the potential at least to have a broader flavor palette.
Yeah,
than-
because they use so
than
many
whiskey,
different herbs
because
and
of all the
botanicals.
botanicals.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I always, I've got a saying about gin. When people say I don't like gin, I say no. You just haven't found a
one.
gin that you like.
Exactly.
Because gin is so different across the board with all the botanicals that you never know.
Yep.
Yeah. Now,
And they're doing a bunch of special releases now. I just bought a couple bottles, and I don't know if you guys have looked at the gin section in the liquor store lately, but like Hendrix just came out with a whole bunch of special releases.
oh no, I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, they've got like 3 or 4 different special releases. They're limited, and they've just changed up their botanicals. So they've got like the citrus, where it's very orange and lemon. They've got like the extra floral. Of course, the standard Hendrix always has a lot of kind of cucumber notes to it.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see, and I'm starting to see these lines that are coming out with 3 and 4 and 5 different gins within just their single product line.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool too. I like to see younger distilleries really take a swing at gin because you don't have to age it. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. It's something that you can turn out quick and make a profit on, keep the lights
Mhm.
turned on, so to speak.
Yep.
When you're trying to actually make whiskey, and whiskey we all know has got to age for years before it's going to be, decent. So
Yep.
yeah, I like that. And when it does come to bourbon, though, you do have a bourbon. We did a bourbon mojito we were talking
Oh,
about,
yeah.
and she's asked me literally, I think 10 times since she's been home, "Hey, Dad, can you give me that bourbon mojito recipe?"
Well, nice.
I gotta
Ah.
find it.
That
I
was
don't know
like the
where it's at.
best mojito I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
Do you
Yeah.
know what was there a specific bourbon that you
Uh,
used for that one?
God, man, I'm trying to remember what I used in it.
I feel like you'd have to be really picky about that to get it to come out right.
Yeah, it was.
It was on your birthday.
It was a summer cocktail. It was great.
I can almost see this working in it.
Potentially, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
With that
Easy.
sweetness.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially that floral note.
Grace, we thought you were coming on the show to have an intervention of your dad spending all his money on bourbon bottles and stuff. And so,
No, he's still
Yeah.
paying for college.
yeah,
He's
it's like,
just not
you're
playing
my
that yet.
inheritance, my inheritance, Dad.
I do want to say, like the last few shows, we've had various friends and family on.
Yeah.
and I think it's just been wonderful in the holiday season. I kind of feel like we might have to just make that a standard thing. Once we get into the month of December, we need
Yeah.
to have friends and family on
Absolutely.
the show. Having Dave and his son on was phenomenal with Sonda Brewing.
Well, the good news is for Grace, and Grace is, if Grace, if you ever do have kids, your kids will, not only will you have an unlimited bourbon supply after I'm out of here, but so will your children.
Well, unless Becky dumps him down the drain.
Yeah.
And then it's fine.
And then we just
Oh,
have to keep
man.
her out.
Oh.
But yeah, man. it's
Still one of the
fun.
top 5 saddest things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, dumping
happens.
a
I've had a
Thomas H.
lot of
Handy.
people reach out to me that have heard that, said, "Why didn't you just call me? I would have come over and gotten some."
Right.
And I get that. But in the moment, like when we're in that cleaning frenzy, it's time to
Get rid of
We
it.
cleared out a bunch of bottles a couple weeks ago.
She's like, which ones?
Well,
It's so full.
You said like take whatever you want, and it was on the top shelf, and so I was like, maybe you're getting rid of them, maybe you aren't. But it kind of reminds me of when Rob and I got together at the first time that we kind of hung out and smoked cigars was over at the casino, and he tells me like I'm thinking about opening up this cigar lounge. And I'm thinking like, oh, this is cool. This is a, 2, 3, 5 year thing. And like 6 months later, he's got final third that he's working on getting open. And you were same way. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of a bunch of bottles. Take whatever you want. And I'm like, yeah, sure you are. And then like 2 days later, hey, sorry, I dumped that bottle of Thomas H. Handy.
That was a mistake.
That was a
Yeah,
mistake.
yeah.
It was, but yeah.
But the reality is like, I feel like I have to stay on top of tasting new products as they come out.
Yeah.
And they're, I just got to have
Because of you being a judge and
I've gotta
aspect
have
you're
space. I've got to know the good things that are coming out. that was one thing we were going to talk about today. We kind of we're going to do a blind next week of our bourbons of the year.
Yep.
It's a very challenging thing to narrow that down because I feel like 2025 has just been a great
Banger
year
year.
for
Yep.
whiskey. Like there's been so many good brands that have come out, so many good releases, and it was hard to narrow it down, honestly. But we decided we're going to go with 6.
Yep.
Again, these are things that we have access to, right?
Right.
These are things that we've tasted. There's plenty of great whiskey that I'm sure we could be in that mix that we just haven't had an ability to taste. Either we haven't been able to get the bottles, they're super limited.
This is not a professional reviewer show. People
Right,
aren't,
Yeah.
we're not asking producers to send us their stuff. We're just
Correct,
tasting
yeah.
what we got.
But we will not turn it down
Yeah.
if you want to send
We
us your
will
stuff.
not
You can send it if you want to. I
We will
mean-
take samples all day long. That's fine. You're welcome to send them to us.
But I thought what we could do is we could actually say, before we start, Chloe's going to get us the blinds. We're not going to know what they are.
Right.
Before we start, say, what do you think your bourbon of the year is right now? And then we'll all go around and say, this is what I felt like was probably the bourbon of the year. And then we'll do a blind. And we know for sure that we've done blinds. We're like, man, that one was not the one I expected to pick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
so-
a double blind. We'll know
No.
what is in these. We'll have the bottles out here. Like it's
We'll
not-
know, yeah, we'll know what
We'll have-
bottles they
We'll
are.
know what
We just
bottles
don't,
there.
we're
We
not
just don't know
ordering
which
any.
ones are which.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll note that Cody said on our chat, every time he tries to make a cocktail, he adds the bourbon, then his mind goes blank and he forgets to add anything else. Cody, that's not wrong. That's not a wrong way. I think that's totally acceptable.
But by the way, Will, we were on hole 13 yesterday.
Yeah.
There
that
was nothing there.
There was nothing waiting for us on
I
hole
know, I
13.
apologize. So that day, what happened?
You played pickleball.
We
I
played
know that,
pickleball, and then I thought you guys had already passed by, and so I left to go to the lounge, and I got halfway there, and then that's when Mike said, "Hey, we're almost at 13." At that point, I was already almost over here, and I felt like by the time I turned around, I didn't want to hold you guys up on the hole.
No
See,
worries.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. The course was busy. They had 120 players out there
Yeah, I
that day.
believe it, man. It was-
Yeah.
It's crazy because it switched. I played there a few times and stuff,
It's
and
reversed now.
it's reversed now.
yeah.
Yeah, because hole number 1 is now hole number 10.
Right.
So we weren't sure, well, which 13.
Yeah.
Where y'all, because there was two, like even on where we were at, there was a hole that had a pool, upper deck, just like yours. So we were kind of confused which one it was.
Well, now we're switching up. Now we're going to a Buffalo Trace barrel pick. This is Red Barrel's pick. And after we talk about this is going to be releasing January 1. This was my bottle I got from the right to buy yesterday. And I thought I was pretty impressed with it. It was the best Buffalo Trace I've had. But yeah, if you want to get a good Buffalo Trace pick, this will be a good one to go. Red Barrel down in
Grace,
Mooresville,
just
Indiana.
because he hands you the dump cup doesn't mean you have to dump. It can go. You can dump it down your throat, or you can dump it in the dump cup, whichever you prefer.
Being responsible dad over here.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they have a nice couch over here. You
Hey,
can take a
your
nap on.
responsibility is
So-
to drive her home. It's fine.
Yeah, actually, yeah, true.
Well, you mind if I grab the Buffalo
Oh,
Trace?
the
as
Buffalo
well?
Trace. Yeah, he didn't get any. Moto Will's telling Cody to add pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Rob.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about yesterday, kind of how that went.
That was a good time. And so Alex driving down there in Red Barrel, he does a right to buy at the end of the year. And a lot of the liquor stores do it. They save back maybe 1 or 2 of the bottles they got throughout the year of some of the special releases. And then they have a bunch of them. Like they had a buttload of Blantons. They had a bunch of E.H. Taylor single or small batch. They had a bunch of stuff that you're like, all right, I wouldn't pick that first, but if I'm last, I still get a decent bottle. But they had a little bit of, they had Handy. They had at least they had a couple of Handies. They had the George T. Stag from this year.
Yeah, they had a
They had
William LaRue.
They had a LaRue. They had a Beacon. They had an Infinite.
They had
Little Book
they
Infinite.
had a Pappy.
23?
They had a 10-year, the 12-year, the 15-year, and the 20-year.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That whole lineup except for the 23.
Well, and Dirk was there, and Dirk ended up getting he got his first ball, got a lot B,
Got a lot. He got the 12-year,
and then he got the entire Blanton's collection.
Yeah.
So he's going to auction those off. So be on lookout. Follow Indiana Bourbon on Instagram, Facebook. He's going to be auctioning those off, and all the money goes towards fallen officers. So,
So-
not auctioning them off. He'll be doing raffles.
Right. So the first time I've been in Red Barrel, really nice layout, but they have their own little section of wine. They call it the wine room. And so back in the back corner of the wine room, Alex, when we walked in, Alex told us, said, "Hey, go back to the wine room." Well, that's where they were doing all their pours.
Yeah.
They were free.
Yeah.
Like, so we sat back there and just kind of had, caught up with friends and
Hey.
people we haven't seen in a while. And
10 a.m. bourbon, baby. It was
Yeah,
great.
it was awesome, man.
I love that. I love that, and this is just a liquor store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing it. See, look, it's one thing that I definitely miss with all of the kind of raffles that go on. And I kind of like these point systems that work like what Sobro does with their stuff. I like that better because I'd rather go to kind of one liquor store where I've made friends with the proprietor. I've made friends with their employees. I've made friends with other people that visit that liquor store. And when they have a special event like that and they do those pours, that's really what bourbon is all about, is being able to sit down and have a drink with friends and have a good time. So I love that. And
Yeah.
so much more than the first come, first serve raffle, get here, get a free ticket, whatever.
Yeah.
Those point
Well, that was what was
systems, I'm
cool
actually
too.
not
Is
opposed to.
anybody that showed up, he still gave a
He
free
gave-
ticket
he
to
gave
everybody.
everybody one free ticket. So
Yeah.
I had one.
Oh, okay.
And
You won.
Yeah.
He got a
I
knob
got a
21.
Knob Creek 21.
Oh, that's perfect. So it's
Oh,
one free
nice.
ticket for anybody that shows up,
Yeah.
and then you get multiple tickets if you are
you've
part of
done
their.
barrel picks, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
barrel picks.
And
So
I
how,
would- I
how
would
many
guess
winners
there's-
were there?
Oh, hundreds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
there
was
was a lot.
there was 3 or 4 tables full of bottles plus bottles underneath.
Did you win anything?
Yeah, I got that right there.
Oh,
Buffalo
this that
Trace
we're
barrel
drinking.
pick.
Which, by the way, this is awesome.
Isn't
Yes.
it great?
This is
And again,
absolutely
it's
fantastic.
same
This
versus
goes
regular
better
Buffalo Trace.
together. This,
Yeah,
these,
I agree. This is
the cigar
way
and
better
this goes
pairing.
better
Yeah.
together than the first one.
This is one of the best Buffalo Trace single barrels that I've tasted.
I agree. I agree.
That spice that hit, and maybe it was because we came off of that Larrikin with the rose water, but man, I just loved it.
Yeah,
I
me
just-
too.
I get a lot of caramel,
Caramel,
and
yeah.
a lot
Yes.
of brown sugar.
Yep.
Immediately.
So it's traditional Buffalo Trace notes you want, but you don't
Yeah.
always get. Yeah.
It's actually made the cigar a little better tasting.
Yeah.
Like I found the cigar to still be a little flat with the first one, but I think both of now it's bringing a little more spiciness to the cigar, and maybe it's because the bourbon is, or maybe I'm in my second, third, but I'm finally picking up some flavor in the
I
cigar.
think it added a little bit more complexity to the
Yes,
cigar.
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I like this one a little bit better. Like it goes down easier. It's
Yeah.
a little sweeter. I kind of got a little bit of honey. I
Yeah.
don't know,
Yeah.
just sweet. Just
Yeah.
sweetness.
Yeah. Nice.
That's a good call.
I love it. Yeah. This is
This is good
Yeah.
pairing.
It was. I mean, it was a great.
textbook bourbon, right?
It
Yes.
really is. This is what you say is this is your base bourbon. This is a really good bourbon. Yeah. But I want to thank Alex because Alex has these 300 people in the room, and he shouts out you, me, and Dirk.
Yeah, I didn't
And I'm like, dude, you didn't have to do that, man. But he shouted out the podcast, shouted out the lounge, Dirk, and all that stuff. I was like, that's pretty cool.
That's really nice.
He's a really, really nice guy. We're actually going to do some collaborative events with him this year. Barrel picks possibly, and also going down there to do some events down at his place.
Yeah,
I like
January 31st, I'm going to do a charity barrel pick with Alex, and I'm
Yeah.
going to run it through his store. We're going to put the proceeds to his charity, which Alex has a friend who's I can't remember if it's their son or daughter has this very rare disease or disability, and there's not a lot of research funds that go to it. And he donates a barrel pick every year to that. I don't know how the proceeds shuffle, but it's not ECHL proceeds. It's like we actually give to the charity.
proceeds.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to doing something with him. He's a great guy. Got a great palate.
Yeah, he
His
does.
barrel picks are great.
Since you brought up ECHL, I will mention
Yeah.
the Indy Fuel is postponed today. However,
They lifted.
last night they did come to an agreement in principle,
Yep.
and there will be a vote likely today
Yeah.
from the players to get back to work.
That shocked
So
me that it was that fast.
I think the biggest thing was some of this NIL
Yeah.
stuff. I think that's where the players were really getting kind of upset that there was
Yeah.
limitations in the CBA that they could not go out and use their
Hell,
own.
some of those college hockey players make 10 times what they're making.
Yeah,
in
which
the
is
stay in college.
ECHL.
that's really, really hard to
Hard to
stomach
swallow.
that
Yeah, it
when
is.
you're like, look, I mean, college, I made, $500,000. I come to the ECHL and I make,
30.
$100 a game
Yeah.
or whatever.
It's pretty
The big sticking point is now they get to stay in a comfort inn suites.
Ooh.
Yes, that's the big sticking points. Yeah, now they get to stay in. Yeah, continental breakfast was added.
So Grace, we're talking about the Indy Fuel,
Mhm.
the local hockey team.
Yeah.
They went on strike earlier this week, so
Not just the fuel, all of the
all-
players
the
in the
entire,
league.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Well, I was kind of interested in hearing that because when they start talking about some of the reasons, it was all the reasons why people were down on the fuel. Same thing was going on all these other teams with money not being allocated properly and all the different things. So I was like, well, I guess it was a league thing, not just an ownership thing.
Yeah.
But all the owners need to get their heads out of their asses and do it right. So
Well, why do you think they had so many special nights with special jerseys?
there you go.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
you go.
when as a team you're making an extra $8,000 to $10,000
Yeah.
and you're giving away $500 of that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's
So,
Yep.
Scott, you might know this. How much profit sharing goes from the big leagues, from the NHL down to the ECHL? None, or is there any?
I don't know that there is very much that comes down to the ECHL. Effectively, they get better players because the AHL contract players get pushed down to the ECHL.
Okay.
And I don't know like what the payment structure is. If somebody's on an AHL contract, right, does the ECHL team actually have to pay them, or does their paycheck come from the AHL team?
Okay.
I don't know how that works.
Because I mean, I assume the Boom is being subsidized by the Pacers.
Mhm.
Correct. So the
Okay.
Boom
Because they're a
is
G
actually,
League.
yeah. The Boom
They're
is
still-
like wholly owned.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and most of those G League teams. No, I'm sorry, that's not the case because I think both are told me about this that most of the G League teams are not owned
Oh,
by
really?
an NBA team. There's only
Interesting.
like the Pacers and maybe a couple others.
Yeah.
And I could be confusing that with the WNBA. So, if Mike was on here, he'd set me
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
Jay, shout out to Mikey, man. He ran his first remote broadcast yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big
And,
deal
I'm sure
for
he's a
them.
little nervous about it, but it sounds like it went off pretty well.
So he was at
Yeah.
Gainbridge
Yes.
doing the
Yeah.
Doing the
okay,
full production,
doing the full production.
for Noblesville. They had been renting a truck,
Okay.
and had a broadcast truck outside the arena at Innovation Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they finally got their fiber in. They got it all run down, and now it's run out of Cambridge.
I drove by there last night on the way home from the lounge, and I don't know how the parking situation is, but it looked like the people were stuck in line for a while trying to get out.
Yeah, they'll have to work on that. That's a
It
hot.
looked like there
mess.
was two exits.
Yeah. There's only one on the north side, one on the south side.
Yeah.
Yeah, ingress and egress is one of those things. It's not overlooked, but it's often miscalculated.
Yeah.
I really feel like they fixed it for the fuel. They now have like 2 lanes, even though it's a 1-lane road. It was wide enough. They put cones, and so now there's like 2 lanes to exit from each exit going
Yeah.
north and south. I'm sure that they'll figure it out for the Boom.
It's one of those things too for me is like as a fan of a team, I'm happy if I'm sitting there waiting in line. That means a lot of fans showed up.
Yeah,
If I have to wait
That's
outside,
true.
I'll smoke a cigar in the truck while I'm waiting to go home. I don't have a problem with that.
yeah, and I will say, some of it's just learning how long it takes you to get in and out of a venue, so
Yep.
that you can set your expectations.
Yeah, it's
If
no-
you need
it's
to
their
get there
first-
35 minutes before the gates open, then that's what you do, right?
Yep.
I mean, if you're going to a concert at Deer Creek, everybody knows like
Just wait.
get there early.
Yep.
Get there early, or else you're not going to
Yeah.
get in time.
And then
for
you're
the
going to
show.
wait for a while to get out. It's fine.
Exactly. It's always going to take a while.
Yeah, and have it definitely helps to plan and pay for the right parking spots to get out of there quicker. If you do need to get out of there quicker, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
pay a little extra money, but you get out of there fast.
Yeah, some of that VIP stuff is.
I'm telling you,
awesome.
man, like I tried Ubering one time, like Beck and I went to Hootie concert last year and we Ubered there and then trying to Uber back, it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's a mess.
I ended up having to pay way more just to get out of there than I should have.
Yeah, they really just need to make it where the Uber pickup and drop off is a further walk. Like they just need to make it.
Yeah.
Like don't have it because right now the Uber pickup is like right
Oh,
next
yeah,
there
it's
to the
crazy.
entrance.
Yeah.
So trying to get in there and get back out of
Yeah.
there is nuts. They did do that right for the boom.
They did it right
and
for the fuel, too.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, both of them you have to walk. I mean, it's
yeah.
It's
Well,
not
the
like a
fuel was
crazy
not bad.
walk,
It's
but-
just like, I mean, it's just right up front and then past that grass, and they
Yeah.
get that lane,
Yeah, it's
and
a
then they
block.
just go literally right straight to the line and leave.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
And same thing for the boom. It's the road. Now there does get to be a line there now.
Mm.
But hopefully, as they fix some of these problems, that'll go away, and
Yeah.
it'll be real easy to get in and out of there.
Cool.
We've obviously, this is a Christmas week, so like, how'd everybody's Christmas go?
Oh my goodness, where should I? I'm going to go last because mine's going
All
to take a minute. In fact, maybe you know what? Maybe we should get a commercial break.
Yeah,
in
let's
here.
do that.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can figure out how to make this stuff work.
we'll get the tater bottle going.
Final Third Cigar is Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge.
I had
Come to
your,
Final
your
Third
guys'.
for a selection of over 20 different Aladino cigars, including the Cameroon, a wonderful cigar with nice light flavors. Make sure and visit Final Third, the Aladino exclusive cigar lounge for Indiana.
But then, like I said, once you had that first
All right,
initial,
thank you very much to Aladino. Appreciate you guys. Sorry, I don't
Thank
know
you.
why that didn't come through our ears. It
My
should've.
cigar of the year.
Yeah, mine too.
Your cigar of the year.
Yep.
I mean, it bumped up for me. Like
Yeah.
we'll talk about it on my trip and stuff.
Yeah, tell us about your Christmas out.
Well, like I said, for my Christmas, I went away. My brothers and sisters, they do their own thing. So I went to Branson, Missouri to play Paynes Valley, Tiger Woods golf course. And honestly, it was, I've played Pebble Beach. I've played Whistling Straits. I've played, Band of Dunes. So I've played some Valhalla. That was, to me, the best experience they take your golf clubs out and stuff. They give you a towel. You have all the range balls you want. The practice facility was amazing, so you can hit a bunch of balls before you go there. Yes, the fairways were brown, but again, it's that grass that stays brown during the wintertime, but it's still full. Best golf experience I've ever had. And I was there for 6 hours. So like I said, so it's one of those things. You get free food. You get free waters and stuff, and free sodas and everything. So it was probably for me, it was once. It's not going to be a once in a lifetime because I plan on going back there during the summertime, and it's not cheap. I mean, it was $250 just to play during the winter rates. It's $400 during the summer, but it's worth every penny of golf if you're a golfer out there to go to Paynes Valley. And hole number 19, obviously you play in the waterfall aspect and stuff, and that was amazing. I came up a little bit short and stuff, once you get, because you have to climb up the stairs, and then I realized I didn't have the right club, but you try to get there anyways and stuff, and I landed a little short. So
But you weren't in the water.
I wasn't in the water. One of the other guys hit the water. One of the guys hit it within. He was the worst golfer of the day. I mean, the guy was spraying the ball everywhere.
Sounds
but-
like me.
Yeah.
I was to say I did that when we played on Friday.
Oh gosh, yeah, right. But he was the worst golfer, and he hit it 2 feet from the hole and stuff. So on the signature hole 19. But if you're a golfer out there, I will tell you this:
It's a legit hole 19,
it's called hole 19.
and it actually is like they have an extra hole in this.
No,
course.
It's just it's going towards the exit. So once you're done playing hole 19, it's literally like almost a mile drive through the waterfalls, through the canyons and everything. And there's places that you can stop and take pictures. It's called Top of the Rock.
But I guess I'm asking, like, have you already played 18 and then you play one extra?
You play
hole?
one extra hole.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So you play one extra hole, which is obviously the one of their signature holes there.
It is beautiful, man.
It is an
beautiful.
absolutely amazing hole. And I say this as a golfer, you don't have to be good. The fairways were massive, absolutely massive. I mean, probably well over 100 yards for fairways easily. Now, there were some that were narrow, there were some that were tricky, but there was times that I mishit the ball, and I'm like, shit, it's on the fairway. I drove up there. It's on the fairway.
Forgiving.
It's so
Very
forgiving. And
yeah.
so I would say this: if you're a golfer, pay to go. You will have the best experience of your life there. So
what
I
you're saying is Tiger designed the course to allow you to to try and hit like Tiger on every hole
You can
in his heyday. Like you could just drive her and just rip. Every time.
you get up on the tee box and you're like, I am gonna freaking kill this because I can't miss. And there's a couple holes that you think that I can go for the green and stuff. And you know my eyesight. There's plenty of times that I think I hit it 50 yards further than I do, and I realize, crap, I may hit that thing solid. I'm still a little bit of ways out, but it's
Yeah,
one
we're
of those
playing at Fall
circumstances.
Creek, and Alan's up looking around the green, and we're back 100 yards, and we're like, Alan, your ball's here. It's right here.
And
bud."
I can't.
And he's up there driving around the green. I know I hit it this far. No, no.
So
would've been
that was
400
yeah.
yards.
We had my family Christmas yesterday. We all went out to dinner. It was the first time, and I would say this is great, and maybe a little savvy. It's the first time my brothers and sisters and I have been in the same room in years.
Oh,
In
wow.
years, and my niece and nephews, all of us in the same room in years. And so it was a great time. It was a great night last night. So very good Christmas for me.
Very good. All right. How about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, we just spent time with the kids, the family. We were all sick for Thanksgiving, so it was kind of nice to get together. I still wasn't feeling great, but I haven't felt great all winter so far. So, but it was a good time. We had a really good time with the kids. Lisa and the girls are all on their way out to Arkansas. We had her grandma died right before Christmas,
Sorry to
so
hear that.
so they're all out that way right now and going out to visit the family out there for a little bit. But yeah, it was a good time.
Well, I'll let Grace talk about the amazing feast that she got to have over Christmas night. So tell us about it,
Oh
Grace.
yeah. You made a seafood boil.
Ooh.
Made it
That's
great.
pretty good. Yeah.
There was a lot of corn hitting the floor though. So
Oh yeah. A lot of stuff fell on the ground the first round.
you get like Scott was saying, you got to start at one end of the table and then spread it out and stuff. I think, yeah.
A couple things I realized is that you need to have like bumper rails, like on a bowling alley, to keep everything from spilling over the edge of the table.
Yep.
That was something I did. But when you came home, you asked, "Hey, can we do something seafood? Crab legs, crab." I'm like, "Let's do it seafood." It's something I've done a couple Christmases. I didn't do it last year, but we did a brunch in the morning. We did the Becky did her beef tenderloin in the evening, and I did the seafood boil. And I'm glad I had helpers because it was a lot of work.
Yes.
It's a lot of work timing everything with seafood boil.
How'd the lobster turn out?
Actually, really good.
Okay. Did the advice I gave you? Did it?
Yeah, I split them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I split them, and that helped quite a bit. I felt like honestly, I had to get Chris to help me pull it out. I couldn't have lifted it myself. It was at least 60 pounds, probably. Potatoes and seafood and sausage and corn on the cob and everything really. The kitchen sink, right?
Again, Will, we were on hole 13 yesterday. No leftovers. I mean, it was just. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
no
they were on the
whiskey,
floor. You could have went back on the floor.
I thought we were gonna have like some Sazerac 18 sitting out there
Oh,
for
man.
us. I mean,
But yeah, just nice chill night, right? I think.
Yeah, it was really chill.
We had a lot of
Yeah.
fun. Good to see everybody, get everybody together.
Yeah.
Cool.
well, I did Polish Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm ever gonna do that again.
The work.
Oh, wow.
You said talking about the work into it.
Oh, it was crazy. I started cooking on Monday,
Oh, geez.
and I cooked something every single day, all the way up through and including all of Christmas Day. So Monday, I made a mushroom soup, which was pretty much a standard mushroom soup, right up until I added a quarter cup of dill, and that seems like it'd be really, really strange, and it is, but it's delicious.
Huh.
Shockingly good.
Yeah.
Mushroom and dill. I'm like, okay, that's
All right.
that's a little different, but totally worked. Had to make the filling for pierogies, right? So I made 8 pounds of mashed potatoes. Then I had to saute down onions and mushrooms, cook down some sauerkraut, and then of course we had cheddar cheese. So I thought, hey, pierogies are a lot of work. Let's make this a family fun day event, right? So on Christmas Day, we made the dough, rolled it out, stamped it out, and had all the kids and family members, everybody up around the island, all stuffing and pinching all the pierogies. Are you familiar with pierogies?
Not really, no.
So it's basically just like you take a small bit of dough, a circle, and you take mashed potatoes and something else. right? And that's your filling. So cheddar cheese is kind of the most popular, the most well known. But you take a little bit of that, you put it in the dough, fold it in half, you pinch it closed. Then I'm over at the cooktop and I've got a hot pot of pierogies. You dump them in the boiling water. You wait till they float. Takes about 2 minutes. Then you have a saute pan and you tape pan. Don't do it that way if you don't have proper ventilation and everything. It's working. I was having issues. Everybody says it's working. So sorry. It keeps flashing on the computer screen and freaking all of us out, but everybody says it's good. So when I'm doing it with the cooktop, like you're taking water and putting it to a pan with oil, you get fire. That's what happens. You're going to get fire every single time. So yeah, there'll be big flames and then they go down and then you take those off. So that's pierogies.
Yeah.
They're absolutely delicious. We also did stuffed cabbage. So you have to take a whole head of cabbage, you put it in a pot of boiling water, you take it out, you take off the leaves as they loosen up, then you put the head back in, and you keep going in and out with that until you get all the leaves. Then you got to take cooked ground beef and cooked rice. You stuff that into the cabbage, you put that into a pan, and you put tomato sauce all over it, and then you got to bake it. Like everything in Polish food, you got to cook it like 3 times. It's
I was gonna
nuts.
say it sounded like I
it
made
just
chicken
is-
curry, which
it's
was
never
a
ending,
lot
man.
easier than making
Polish
food.
I mean, usually Indian food can be complicated.
But no, I mean, like I said, chicken curry it's the second favorite thing. My mom's egg rolls, like I said, unfortunately, my mom has passed, so I'll never, ever experience those again. But like I said, so I made some chicken curry and stuff, and I have to say that it was damn good and stuff.
Yeah. So
slow cook the chicken broth.
I will say when you have a family meal like that and it's something that is, related to your heritage, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not going to knock it. It was a good time. Everybody loved the meal. We had pickled herring. I did not pickle my own herring. I thought about it, but that was like a 5-day process. So I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I bought a jar of
You
pickled
were
herring.
busy enough with everything.
There was plenty going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, cucumber salad. I mean, it was just one thing after another after another.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because, like, Thanksgiving and Christmas for me, always growing up, we always had some sort of seafood. Usually it was like boiled shrimp, maybe as an appetizer, but we always had this seafood component because we were in South Carolina. Like,
Yeah.
we were an hour from the beach. So, like, that was part of what I grew up. So when we do that, still carry that on, it makes me feel good. Like,
Yeah.
I still feel like
That's Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So now I know New Year's is coming up here and stuff. I know corned beef and cabbage is supposed to be the staple.
It's kind of
Yep.
a classic.
It's classic. Is everyone doing corned beef and cabbage?
I hadn't really thought
It
about
sounds
it.
delicious to me.
I,
Alan,
It sounds like we should have corned beef and cabbage that we bring in
to watch that.
to watch the
yeah.
IU Alabama game in the
Yeah.
lounge.
And speaking of that, obviously New Year's Eve, you guys are open and
Yes.
stuff. So Miami,
Yep.
Ohio State plays on New Year's Eve night, and then New Year's Eve day and stuff. I
In
mean,
New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Year's Day.
New Year's Eve
Yep.
Day.
Yeah, it's starting to get to me.
Starting to get to
It's
you.
starting. Yeah. So New Year's Eve day, there's obviously the 3 big bowl games. Oregon, Texas. No, Oregon, Texas at nighttime. So
Right.
it is Mississippi, Georgia first, and then IU versus Alabama, which I look to go. And tickets are dirt cheap to actually get into the Rose Bowl. Dirt cheap. Getting there, it's just impossible.
The airfare, you mean?
Airfare, the point. I have a lot of Marriott points. I have a lot of Delta points, but I don't want to spend 200,000 points just to get there.
Wow.
To go and spend 170,000 points just on a hotel.
I just had an idea, and it's one I shouldn't tell you about, but I'm going to. You should fly into Vegas and then drive over.
So no, I
Because
looked
it's
at
3 hours?
I looked at getting to Vegas because it's New Year's and stuff. That's expensive too.
it's
The
crazy,
the cheapest way for me to get there is drive down to DFW and take a flight over. But that's I used to live in Dallas, so I used to make that drive all the time from Dallas to Indiana, coming back home. So it's a 13-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I sat there, I just got back from a trip, and maybe because my mind is like, hey, I was just on a 8-hour trip, back and forth and all that.
Yeah.
Do I really want to go there? And I have going to win. So I go, that's Peach Bowl is next. That's Atlanta.
Yeah.
I can get to Atlanta just driving.
That's an easy
no
drive,
problem. That's
yeah.
an easy
Yeah,
to drive.
Yeah.
So I'm confident that they're going to win. I'll go to Peach Bowl.
Cool.
There you
Cool.
go. That works.
Well, and you mentioned New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So those are Wednesday, Thursday. We normally open at 3. We're opening at noon both those days. So if you want to come out and get started early, we'll be open at noon both those days.
Great.
Okay, so we have not talked at all about what we're drinking.
No.
Yeah, right.
We didn't
Kinda
even
skipped
mention
over
it. We're just
So-
right into it.
So now we're drinking the Blanton's, which was the
Kilroy's.
Kilroy's pick. Will and I got to go down to that and got a bottle. And honestly, again, it's kind of like the Buffalo Trace for me. This is a really great Blanton's pick.
Yeah, it's definitely more fruit forward
Yes.
than the Buffalo Trace was. to
Yeah.
me. A little spikier.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little more oak.
Well, this
to it.
isn't. This is Blanton's is a different mash bill.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, mash bill
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
I think no. I can't.
I always forget which one. There's 3 mash bills, right? For Buffalo Trace. You've got one that's a wheater, you got
is all
one
your-
that's a rye heavy, and then just kind of their standard.
Yeah, they're two both with rye, but the percentage of rye varies only like 10% on one and 12% on the other.
Oh,
They don't
yeah.
publish it, but that's kind of what everybody thinks.
What they think.
Yeah. Grace, like, tell me what you think on the Blantons now.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely sweet.
Yeah,
I'm getting like maybe a little bit of citrusy
I'm with you.
vibes.
I would
citrus is
agree. I
definitely
would
there.
definitely agree
Yeah.
on that one.
And it's like it definitely like hits the back of my tongue.
Yeah,
Yes.
more of a back palate kind of thing. Yeah, yeah. I think it's really good.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is more of the hello than the first two. Like, yeah, so it woke me up a little bit.
And this is the regular like 90 proofer, right?
No, 103.
Oh, it's 103.
The
Gotcha.
Blanton's
Okay.
Gold is always going to be 103.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Which
good,
is
good to
crazy
know.
because, like I said, it drinks hotter than the other two so far for me.
And it is
drinks
high-
a higher
it
proof.
is higher.
Okay.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
13 proof higher than the Buffalo Trace.
This is the highest one we've had so
Yeah.
far, which are still at 103.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I will say, at least with the Murcielago, the spice level on the cigar kicks up immensely.
It does.
with This, I
The
think.
retro.
Yeah.
It really-
Oh yeah. It watered,
Yeah.
it watered my eyes.
Yeah.
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 You know, Rob,
It's-
I haven't been a big Espinosa fan,
Yeah.
and I always call this the Batman cigar because it looks like the Batman,
Yeah, it's a bat,
insignia.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I like this cigar.
It's a good cigar.
This
yeah.
is a really, really tasteful
Well, this
cigar.
is one of those full strength, full bodied cigars that is approachable.
Yeah.
It's not going to punch you in the face. Some of the times, like you said, sometimes depending on what you're pairing with it, it's going to boost up the retrohale. You're going to get a little bit more spice on it. But on its own, it's not overly crazy
Well,
peppery.
to me, there's a lot of brands that this would be like their strongest,
Mhm.
their most aggressive cigar.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you think about the-
Espinosa is very well known for having
They
with the
are.
knuckle sandwich, with the warheads.
Yeah.
Right. You've got some really, really big boys out
do.
there.
Well, that's the thing too, is like, I've been hearing a lot of people talking about this, and we probably talked about it at some point too. From the 90s to maybe the early 2000s, the strongest cigars were really what we call mediums now.
Yeah.
That was a
Yes.
strong cigar. Like the Oscar Maduro, just a traditional Maduro is a medium body. That was one of the stronger type of blends
Well,
back
a
in the
lot
day.
of the strong leaves come from Nicaragua, and Nicaraguan leaves were typically
Yep.
only used as wrappers.
Yeah.
Right. So it was just one leaf.
Well, and they wouldn't actually ferment them longer or age them longer to get that dark, strength level out of the leaf too, because that's not what people's palates were. People's palates were Romeo and Juliet.
Right, but the American market, I mean,
It's-
we've
it's-
seen this. It's how we do bourbon. It's
Same-
how we do everything, right?
Big go
We're
big or
like,
go home.
That's it. It's always going to be get something really big,
Yeah.
bold, and aggressive, and find that flavor profile that's just going to blow you out of the water.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, really, the Nicaraguan, the puros, where it was wrapper, binder, filler,
Yeah.
that started to there was just one or two that kind of came out, and people immediately started gravitating to them. So as soon as that happened, everybody said, "That's it. We're going all in on Nicaraguan."
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I feel like half the cigars in the humidor are at least 2 components out of 3 are Nicaraguan tobacco.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicaragua's just, it's a staple now.
Well,
Yeah.
Humidor,
and
right?
that's a good segue to this too. So we talked a little bit a week or two ago about the Nicaraguan. They were throwing out a possibility of 100% tariff.
Yeah.
Well, they got shut down. So it's staying with the original 18%, which we've all seen the price increase now. That's not going to increase, at least at this point.
Do you,
So-
do you want to? I was talking to Grace about this when we were driving over. I don't know if you want to talk about it on the podcast or not, but $30 million worth of cigars. Like,
Yeah.
Can you do that? I don't know if you.
Yeah, I mean, there's another podcast out there that actually has a shop attached to them and an online presence. So he's notorious for making predictions, and he always tries to make them come true. And when that hit, he kind of panicked, and he spent like, I don't know how much, but yeah, like 30 million or whatever on cigars from Nicaragua to try to get ahead of that 100%
Or maybe not
increase.
30 million, but 30, or maybe it was.
I think it was. I think it was. It was a
30
lot.
30
million?
million
Yeah.
in cigars.
Something like that. But he also has a massive warehouse. I mean, he's the number one seller online
Oh, okay.
in the country, in the
Gotcha.
world probably.
Yeah.
And so he
I mean,
borrows. The thing is though,
Still gonna sell.
yeah,
yeah.
he still paid the 18% tariff on them and all that stuff. So he's still got that in there. But you know what? He'll sell them. It's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, 30 million.
Well, not only that, you're gonna
kinda
have a lot
get
of-
the move though, like on some level.
It
like,
is.
If you're pushing that much volume and you have that,
If
big
you
of
got
a
that kind of money,
concern,
oh yeah.
you know,
Well, and bottom line is, if that would have come true, he'd have been a genius.
right.
So I
True,
mean,
yeah.
it always is one way or the other on that. But
But
yeah,
he
good
still
move.
will get his money back.
Oh, he will.
I mean, he'll still make his money.
I mean, his prices already include the 18% tariff. That's part of the price, obviously, now. So it's not like he's going to lose money. But if it would have happened, he'd have made a crap ton of money.
Right.
So yeah, it was good though.
Now, Grace, we've been talking a lot of sports and stuff. I wanted to ask you, being in St. Louis, knowing there's only really two teams there, do you feel it's a big sports town now? Because I mean, there's only baseball, NHL
I mean,
there really.
honestly, I can't really like speak on that. I'm like not a huge sports person like,
Okay.
Yeah.
at all.
But you're not hearing like your friends talking about it all the
No.
time. Yeah.
So-
I feel
Yeah.
like unfortunately St. Louis has kind of dropped a little bit in terms of overall sports. I mean,
Yeah, the Blues
the-
have struggled over the last couple of years. They're struggling again this year, but they'll be back. They're actually
it's
a great
still a
organization.
great place to watch a
Yeah,
game.
it is.
Man, I mean that place. I love going to watch the Blues.
Yeah. And I mean, St. Louis University, Grace
Billikens.
and Billikens, and I mean, they have a good basketball team, but they don't have a ton of sports.
we don't even have a football team. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But so hey, I wanted to ask you, what are you doing New Year's Eve? What's your plan?
Oh, I'm going down to Chicago.
Okay, cool.
That would be up from here.
Yeah.
Oh, going up to Chicago. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess they don't teach you geography in St. Louis. Huh? I mean, yeah, come
You got
on.
some of that Mike Bother geography going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
It's fun.
What are you doing in
just
Chicago?
Hmm?
What are you gonna do in Chicago?
I'm just gonna visit my friend
Okay.
and my boyfriend. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
that
very
should have
good.
fun.
Very
Wait. So, boyfriend, is he a whiskey cigar guy?
Not huge into whiskey, but I think he'll have like a cigar or two. Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say you were getting close to the trifecta: whiskey, cigars, and sports. I was like, hey, she's gonna make
Right.
some guy happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
sorry, Dad.
You gonna be downtown,
Sorry, Dad.
downtown Chicago? I take it.
Oh no, he lives like up north.
Oh,
Of
okay.
Chicago, yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
North side, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, closer to Wisconsin or Lake Zurich.
Probably be a lot better than being downtown Chicago on New Year's
Yeah,
Eve.
that's
Yeah.
gonna be
I mean,
that's gonna be on
it's-
the news.
There's
Uh,
plenty to do up there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, you can be anywhere in Chicago and you're able
Yeah.
to find.
But Chicago
Well-
used to be like back in the heydays when obviously when I graduated college, a couple of my good buddies and stuff, still some of my best friends. Every guy that went to IU lived in Chicago for a few years, and Chicago for the summertime was one of the best places to freaking go.
Yeah.
And always amazing and stuff. A little
Well,
more sketchy these days. But
So I'll talk about a few things that are back in stock or new in the lounge.
yes,
So that way you guys can come in and get some of those. The Warhead 11s are back in stock right now. They're going very, 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 very fast. I think I ended up getting 25 boxes. I think we're down to about half of that already.
Wow.
We've only had it
Wow.
for a few days. So that one's definitely one you want to come in and get. Comes in a 10 count, 10, but we also sell them by the single. We do have the Booker's Phantom Pipes batch and the Knob Creek 21 that's new on the bar, plus the Whistle Pig, the Old World Rye, and the Snout to Tail Bourbon. 10-year on that one. The
Oh,
12-year
let's
ride.
talk about that real quick because
I was going to go there too. Yeah.
perfect. So coming up
January 14th. Yes. Yeah, we're having so it's going to be a Whistle Pig tasting. Our good friend Chloe Kenny, she got married now. She's going to come out and do a tasting, and we're going to do a specialty cocktail with one of the Whistle Pigs. Plus, we're going to be doing a flight pours of all those too to taste. So that way we introduce some people to Whistle Pig that may not have been into Whistle Pig, or maybe have tried it before and like, that's not my jam. Like Will and I tasted these two and we love both of these two. These were really good. That we're actually going to have some of their baseline too, so people can try those as well. But that would be a fun event. We'll have some more details on timing, but it is a Wednesday, so it's going to be Whistle Pig Wednesday, and we're going to be doing it. It'll probably be, I think, 5:30 to 8. So that way people can have a chance to get here after work and come hang out with us.
Whistle Pig Wednesday. That's
Whistle
a good
Pig
little...
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the 13th is the
And
chili.
I think come
Yeah.
January 1st, we're going to do, we'll have the pick of the month up
Yes.
on the board. We're going to do it after, or I think the week before, the Sunday before that Wednesday,
Yeah.
we'll do it. But
We'll
it will
do the
be all Whistle Pig.
Also Whistle Pig,
and then we're going to
pick a
figure out a cigar.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
keep
We
an eye out for that.
we do have more of those. We talk about these all the time. The best car ashtray on the market is the Stinky Car Ashtray.
Yes.
It's fantastic. We have plenty of those in stock. These guys all have bought them out too.
Yep.
Those in stock. We have the new cutter and the new Norelco lighter that.
Even if you don't
Heidi
smoke in
talks
your
about.
got, if you play golf, you need a
Oh,
stinky
yeah,
cup.
you just put
You
take
put
it
it in the
everywhere.
cup
Take it
holder
everywhere.
in the golf cart.
I
It's
would
the
recommend
best
if
way to
you're
have
going
your
to do it
cigar.
on the golf course, don't buy the black one, because every time you buy something black and you leave it in your cart, you're never going to remember to take it home with you.
Yeah.
Get something that we have the chrome ones too, so that works out good. And speaking of golf, we have the new the clip. So and they're actually orange, so it's easy to remember. It's on your cart. Clip it anywhere on your cart, on your bag. You can put your cigar right on there, so that way when you're going to putt or hit your ball, whatever, you can just put it on there and
The
preserve
clip
your cigar.
is a cheaper option than the cup, but
Oh, it's
if I
much
gotta-
cheaper. Yeah,
if I got to pick, the cup is the better way to go.
it is.
But
And the cup does have the cigar holder on it. So
Yes.
if you do have the cup and you're going golf with it, you don't need the clip.
yes, correct.
So you got
correct. So
one-
you just
one
pick
for
which
both.
one
Yep.
works for your budget. Yeah.
The new Quasar SB cutter. I love that
That's
cutter.
cool, yeah.
It
I'm gonna have to buy one.
I'm gonna probably buy one myself. We got them in red, green, silver, or gunmetal and black. And then, of course, the memberships are open. We're starting to get a few of those in now. We actually have a members event coming up on Monday, which will be a lot of fun. But ask us any questions about that. And then Lisa has on here too we were nominated for best upscale bar in Madison County.
Best of Madison County.
For the best of Madison County through the.
I think that link will be
Anderson Herald.
available after the first.
It will be,
The
yes.
third,
So
I
Lisa's
believe.
going to start
Third.
posting that, and we'll have it here. We'd appreciate your vote. We're not going to beg for votes because I'm annoyed when people beg me for votes. So,
Did you mention the 90th?
No, he did not.
no,
need to
that
talk
I was going to go there too.
Okay,
So
good.
we did get our allocation of the Heaven Hill 90th, which we will be spotlighting next week on the show.
It's going to be one of our 6 for the bourbon of the year.
First bottle and a half sold in just a few hours, and I've got another case coming. So we should have some for a little while, but it's not going to last long.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
come out, if you come out,
And
it's a
price on
must
it's
try.
price on
price
it's
is-
great.
The price is
try.
crazy good.
Yeah, yeah. So
it is phenomenal.
if you've had some of like the heritage releases from Heaven Hill, those can be even our prices, which I feel like our prices are good. 60 bucks a pour. This is $25 a pour.
Wow.
I mean, and honestly, it's as good as any heritage. Well, not any heritage, but most of the heritages.
Yeah.
It's, in my opinion, the best thing Heaven Hill has released in 2025.
100%.
And
100%.
unlike some
What I'm
other
trying-
places that have their specialty release, this is all the good stuff in Heaven Hill.
This
It
one
is a
from-
culmination of everything that is great about Heaven Hill.
In one
It is
bottle.
not an off profile. It's not a
Nope.
let's do this thing. It is Heaven Hill through and through.
100%, yes. All right, so we talked about January or New Year's. January 25th is the NFL Championship and the chili cook-off.
Oh, the 25th.
25th.
So we'll
my
be doing
bad.
that. February 8th, Super Bowl. We'll obviously be open for that. We have so there's this, you probably have never seen this guy, but he's been around here just kind of roaming around a little bit. He does Johnny Cash tribute. This guy is actually pretty phenomenal, and he sounds a lot like Johnny Cash. He's going to come out and do that on February 28th, and then in February, I'm gonna be announcing the next Cigar 101. So I'll be doing the Cigar 101 from now on. I'm gonna actually be putting those into 2 weeks instead of 4 to make it a little bit easier to do. It also fills in that 2 weeks. It's a little bit less material, so we can actually fill it into a full hour and a half or so.
Cool.
So, and that's all I got there.
All right. So,
So-
why don't we take a commercial break? We're
And
going to be
then we'll
having our
grab Dave.
next guest,
Yep.
Dave Furst.
Yep.
We'll get him intro. Do you see him in here?
Yeah,
Where
Dave's here. Yeah.
Dave's?
Dave, you're
Hey,
up.
Dave, come on
Dave,
over, buddy.
come on up. All right. We'll get a commercial break in. We'll be right back. Thank you to sponsor Deadwood Live. Derek with Deadwood Live is producing top quality live edge products as well as bourbon themed furniture. If you've been in the lounge, you've seen the custom live edge table and barrel stools produced by Derek. Be sure to give him a like and follow on Facebook at Deadwood Live. That's DED Wood Live.
Good, buddy. How you doing?
All right, welcome back. Thank
You
you,
got his
to
microphone
Deadwood
on?
Live. You will be here in a sec.
Okay.
All right, we're joined now by Dave Furst.
What's up?
Rob, you want to
Hey,
do the intro here?
Yeah.
Tell us
So,
about Dave. and-
so we met Dave. Will and I got to go on a barrel pick with Dave over at West Fork. We're gonna be tasting that next, and we got to meet you and hear a little bit about your story. But we're gonna talk a little bit about your story. Dave is a previous business owner and entrepreneur that's done a lot of work over in the Dayton area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's actually started to do some business consulting. So we're gonna have an event here. So Dave, tell us a little bit about. Well, first of all, go ahead and get lit up, and we'll get ready to get started on
Dave,
the.
you a Flyers fan?
Say what?
The Dayton Flyers?
I am not. So I'm not originally from Dayton.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, originally from Minneapolis. And,
Okay. So
yeah.
Gophers fan and a Vikings
oh
fan.
man, no, I'm a Cowboys guy, and this year is terrible.
It's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
Hey, I grew.
It's
I
a
grew up
rough year.
I grew up a Cowboys fan.
Did you really?
Yeah, because obviously, being 51 years old, there was all you had was the Cowboys and the Bears on TV. There was no such thing as the Colts.
Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the Bears.
Bears.
And so my brother was a Cowboys fan, so I became a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And then yeah,
I was
so-
the Emmett Smith years, you know.
Yes.
Emmett Smith, Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman, Michael
Irving.
Irvin.
But that's what you did back when we were younger too. Is like you picked the teams you could actually watch.
yes.
You know, like here it was either you watched the Bengals or the Bears
Yeah.
until
Yeah,
the Colts
Until
came
the
here.
Colts got here.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
There's
but
still a
now
lot of
Manning's
Bears fans.
gone, so it's a tough year this year.
Yeah. Well, it was a tough year. It was a great year until about 3 weeks ago.
That's
I
right.
think I saw,
Five
I
weeks.
saw like a Facebook
5 or
meme.
6 weeks.
A guy, has an accident and is in a coma. He wakes up. He's like, "Hey man, the Colts they win in the AFC because they were 7-1 when I went under. What's the story?"
Well,
Oh,
they're
sorry,
8-7 now,
yeah,
guys.
not in the playoffs, they're out.
Yeah.
You got a light?
Yep. Yeah, we got a cutter,
yeah,
and
yeah.
lighter. We can pass around.
Is there another lighter over there?
I got one right.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
You got a cutter?
You need a cutter?
Thank you.
Probably needs a cutter too.
Here you go, bud.
All right.
Oh, there's lighter too.
They're everywhere. Yep.
All right. Cool.
Yep. Just push up on that little button.
Oh yeah.
Push
Pull that button
like,
back towards the.
towards
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So, we went to West Fork. Gosh, it seems like months and months ago. It wasn't that long
It wasn't that long ago though,
Yeah.
was it?
That was a great day. I mean, really appreciate you inviting us, Dave, to come out to that. Got to go through a lot of barrels there.
Yeah.
We
And we'll taste it here in a second too.
yeah, we picked a couple, and then we decided the best thing to do would be to blind them. So we went back into like a tasting room, blinded them,
Yeah.
and came out with this bad boy. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little crazy with this bourbon thing. So I'm new to the bourbon scene, like
Yep.
a year or two in. I am getting to know the bourbon. I'm a huge beer guy, love my cigars. But I started this out and I was like, man, business people. So I've been doing this for like 20 years and I've been heavy into like the consulting world and like large corporations. I ran my own business for a little while.
Mhm.
And I was like, small business people, like we get caught up in spreadsheets and all this other crap. and I hope I can say crap on this, but
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Everything except F bombs is accepted.
There you go. And I was like, man, you know what would make business a lot more fun is bourbon. Cause I was sitting back and I was like, what do I get? Like when a new client signs, like coffee mugs are kind of overrated. Like
Yeah.
glasses are overrated, but like bourbon would be like, now we can sip bourbon while we talk spreadsheets and stuff.
Yep.
So anyways, that was the whole point. But I talked with a friend of mine, Reese, and he got me connected into the West Fork world. And I was like, I need something that's branded to my business a little bit, but also like, you know, got the brand of the bourbon. It's, you know, well-known bourbon at least, and local, right?
Yeah,
Local
yeah.
as well. So anyways, that's the point of the bourbon, but that was a fun day.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
And you had what? You have about 10 people,
Yeah.
something like that on there. The good thing about it was like all gamuts. There were like some really like people into majorly into bourbon, and some that maybe have been into bourbon a little bit, but not quite on the nerd scale like we are. And it was kind of a fun thing because everybody kind of came together and said, that's the best one.
Yeah. It was,
And that was kind of nice.
Yeah. I've got 190 bottles of this stuff.
Nice.
Which is sweet because that means I'm going to sign 190 clients. But,
Amen.
you know, grow the business. But
So don't
Yep.
mind me asking, where's
I will
Fork
say I
at?
have like 170 bottles now. I've drank
Wow.
through several
Yeah.
several bottles now, you know, because I get to have them.
We
Where's
sold quite
West
a bit.
Fork located at? Don't mind me asking. that?
Westfield.
Westfield.
Oh,
Yeah,
Westfield.
Westfield,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just on the north side of
just
Grand
right
Park.
around here.
So
So I'm only an hour and a half away from here, so it's easy, you know,
Quick
Yeah,
easy
access.
drive over.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Nice.
we always talk like bourbon is about community and
Yeah.
about relationships.
Yeah.
And you know, what's in the glass is one thing, but what it does is so much more.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm super appreciative that I got to meet you. I've called you personally on a few
Yeah.
things. We've had some conversations about some business things that
Yeah.
I've been involved with. You've been a huge help. Give me a lot of good
Yep.
ideas, food for thought. And it's great to meet people like you, honestly, that think outside the box
Yeah.
about business
Yeah.
and how to attack it and how to scale it. And I just thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I agree. I think for me, there's so many like, gosh, consultants are like a dime a dozen. And they all got these templates. I mean, you can go to like, I shouldn't name names, but there's like even like these franchises that do like coaching and all this junk. And
Yeah.
I won't drop the F bomb, but you know, it's interesting because I've gotten to know like their business stuff, and it's all like templates. Here's some templates, and we'll meet one-on-one and whatever. And it's not personal. There's no community to it. There's no relationship with it. And so
Yeah.
like my approach is going to be so different. So the business is called the DF effect, Dave Furst effect. It's all relationship for that purpose. Like I don't want to come out of this and like, you know, have a bunch of templates that people just get and that's it. Like I want to get to know people's business. Like I personally was in a business that like, man, there was a point where I struggled making payroll, and it was like $40,000 or $50,000 a payroll for me.
Yeah.
And so like to go into every payroll just wondering, am I going to make payroll? Am I not going to make payroll? I mean, that was like, it was terrifying.
Stressful.
At one point, I remember like laying out on my couch and I was just like depressed and scared and like, what am I going to do? And I made mistakes and like, you know, it's been 7 years since that point. I look back and I'm like, man, I would have made a lot of different decisions. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I remember also thinking then, like, I wish there was someone I could go to that was more like a COO that like had run operations that could think of it in a different way, that it wasn't so personal to them. I mean, like if you all run a business, like, you know, it's personal, like you're in it, it's your baby, it's
Yeah.
your thing. Right.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's hard to like see out of those weeds of what's going on. And so that's what I wanted. I wanted to like create something where I could go. I just opened an office, like, gosh, literally moving this last week. And I wanted a place like, even the office is like kind of like this place. You can walk in and it's just personal. Like you can have conversations. And what better way than
Yeah.
bourbon?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
you should see my office. It's like loaded with bourbon right now. It's pretty awesome.
So I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I've grown up around business ownership my entire life.
Yeah.
In fact, my dad owned a home building business
Yeah.
from the time I was born.
Yeah.
And in the crash of '87, he had to declare bankruptcy. And I'll tell you, that impacted me so much that I've basically signed off on never ever owning a business where I am responsible for people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
I have like a little side business that's just, kind of a tax haven thing, but it's just for fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not even concerned about the bottom line because I'm just doing things for fun. It's, a couple $1,000s a year, whatever. And I get to kind of buy stuff that I also use for friends
Totally.
and family. But having grown up in that, every single bit of it is personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you've got people that are counting on their livelihoods and they're counting on you to know what you're doing to deliver and make good things happen for your customers.
Yeah.
That is, the stress level is
It's through the
is
roof.
insane.
It is.
Yeah,
Absolutely
you
insane.
have to learn how to manage stress, and then you're making decisions like out of like, I hate to say it, but a lot of people are making decisions out of fear. And when you're making decisions out of fear, you're not making, like, I can tell you if you're on the other side of the fear and the bad things have happened and the monster under the bed has come out and like scared you and done its thing, like on the other side of that, you're like, oh, that's not that bad. And then you can make a better decision. But like when you're in it, it's hard to like
Well, it's-
see clearly.
It's amazing to me how it's so easy to lose sight of positive outcomes, business outcomes, right? For the sake of all the other stuff that gets around you
Yeah.
and just takes your attention.
Yep.
That's really not about how do you execute. I work in sales for a large corporation, and I go and I talk with these customers all the time. And I'm saying, and I'm in IT, so I'm always saying, what do you do with your business? Like, and most of the IT guys, they don't know.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we make car parts, or we're a healthcare provider.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Yeah.
Right. What does that mean to your patients and what you're trying to execute there? How, what does it mean to your manufacturing operations and how you're actually running them? How does technology integrate with all that stuff? And so many times people just don't know.
Yeah.
They have no clue.
Yeah.
They get stuck looking at what they're doing every single day and they miss the bigger picture and they don't know why they're executing and they don't even know how to measure successfully what they're doing and if it's actually having an impact.
Yeah. And in small business, you have like the owner, and then you have like a group of like potentially like 3 or 4 leaders that like are helping do what you're talking about, like, but they don't know necessarily the whole aspect of the business and like what's really going on. And so the owner's living in fear, trying to figure out where do they go next. So they're not necessarily bringing the team together to like execute to their potential, right? And so like that's what I want to be able to do is come in, help them see different perspectives, think of it in different ways, and then help them actually like execute on it, right? And so like again, you can't template that. That's not, because everyone is so unique.
And
I
every
could go to-
business is
Every
unique.
business is
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything that you approach is so unique, but sometimes you just need that person to like also like have some honest conversations. Like I was just having an honest conversation a second ago, like, fear gets in the way a lot of times, or, things that day-to-day realities will get in the way, right? And you just got to be able to overcome them. And most likely you've got the ideas. You just got to have someone to be able to like talk through that with and figure out what the wise decision is, right?
I was actually surprised a few years ago, Gartner released a report that said 75% of all new ideas come from outside the organization.
Yeah.
Meaning your suppliers, your partners, friends, consultants, whoever it might be, brings an idea to the table that just in conversation you never had. It's one of the things I love about coming to Final Third, and really any cigar lounge. I would hope that they would strive to drive towards this, create a culture that drives community, that drives sharing, that drives personal relationships, because that's where you build some of these ideas and you start to actually develop things that make it better.
Yeah.
And I know that that's kind of one of the things that you wanted to do
Oh yeah.
by having this lounge in the first place.
I mean, community was the driving force of all this.
Yeah.
Cigars and whiskey was just a way to get there.
Yeah.
Hey, that's you and I have talked about that a lot too, right? Like, what's the avenue? And I think about like other consultants that are out there. They're suit and ties, and they show up in their like collared shirts. Like, I never show up in that. Like, I'm all t-shirt and jeans. Like, because the reality is like everyone's human, especially like at that level, and they're looking for human conversation, not just some cliche word that someone's throwing out there to get paid or
Hey,
whatever.
being a top level professional now just means you show up with your jeans and shirt, t-shirt or button up, and a sport coat.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is a big important meeting.
I'll put my
I guess
sport
I'll
coat
put
on.
a sport coat
Yeah.
on, right?
Yeah, when people are like, wait a second, we can have like bourbon with this, like
Right.
like we can make this fun. Like, this doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
It's
So-
supposed to be. It's
It
supposed. I
is.
mean, you get into business with the idea that okay, I can make some money because I think I can do something special
Yeah.
in a marketplace. I can
Yeah.
help. I can help people that are going to buy from me achieve something. Right?
Yeah.
Whether you're selling to consumers at the front line and you're selling a widget that's going to make their lives better in some way, it improves their whatever they're doing around their household or makes them, help with the vacation or
Sure.
whatever it might be,
Yeah.
right? It's like that's why you got into business. Don't forget
Yeah.
that you're supposed to be having fun.
You bring up a
Exactly,
good point.
yes.
Like I think a lot of people like go into business like no one goes into business like I know what I want to do. I want to stress out. I want to have
Yeah.
like a bunch of anxiety and I want to like hate my life. You
Yeah.
know, no one's doing that. But yet somehow 3 or 4 years in, they're like, oh my gosh, like what did I do? Why did I make this decision? Like, and they got
Yeah.
to get back to just having
Well,
fun.
I know a lot of I've talked to a lot of people wanting to start cigar lounges, asking me thoughts and questions and all that. And it's so funny how many it's a smaller portion, but there's quite a few of them that'll come out and say, I really want to build this up in a year and I want to sell it. I want to make money. I'm like, wrong business to get into, buddy.
Yeah.
That's not what this is about.
Yeah.
You have to love what you're doing in this type of a business.
Yeah.
There are businesses out there you can build a business, sell it, make a ton of money, and great. That's a
Yeah.
great thing. But if that's your driving point getting into a business, you're kind of on the back burner at that
Yeah.
point. There's got to be passion behind
Well,
it.
especially like something like this,
Yeah.
service industry kind of thing.
Definitely.
This is your retirement gig.
It is.
We talked about this yesterday.
Oh yeah.
It's like this is what you decided to do with your retirement.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you love hanging out with people, smoking cigars, drinking, creating community, and just being kind of this cornerstone in a community.
Yeah.
You are a cornerstone business in Ingalls, and it surprises people.
Yeah.
Like I know that there's people that are like, there's really that much business over there at
Yeah.
Final Third. Like there's that many people hanging out and just.
I've had so
smoking
many people
cigars.
come in that first year. They're like, "Why did you do it out here?" And I tell them, they're like, "I don't know if it's gonna work." And they come back a year later, like, "I was totally wrong.
Yeah,
I was totally wrong." It's because this type of business can be a destination type business. Breweries, distilleries, they can be destination type businesses.
Yeah.
Subway's not going to be a destination business. Subway, you're going to put them wherever the hell you can because you're going to try to sell sandwiches. So there is a different kind of mindset to this. One thing, back to what you guys were saying a minute ago too, about welcoming input too. In a service type industry, you should always welcome input from your customers. There's the only reason why we have a membership program is because Scott and I sat down here and talked one day, and we actually kind of said, "Look, yeah, I'll do this." I wasn't planning on doing it. One of the things is I don't really have a
I
lot
had
of
to
room for
push
lockers.
you.
You
I had to
did. You
push
did.
you a lot to
You
get
did.
you to do that.
And we're going
program.
into year number 2, so sign up, please. This year we're ready to do another year. But it's one of those things where listen to your people because obviously you guys are the people that come in here and support us. As a business owner, support the people that support you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I can walk into this place today and be like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Like, look at what you've built. And you're like, you have no idea what it
Oh,
took
there's
to
so
get
much
here.
behind it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's so much
Yeah.
story behind there, and there's so much story to come.
Well,
Like-
the joke with that is, I hear it all the time is, oh, it must be a tough job.
Yeah.
I'm off on my day off and I'm down, blending a bottle of bourbon. Oh,
Yeah.
it must be a tough job. Will and I went down to J-Matt and Chloe and Lisa was down there too with that. And we blended a bottle. We called it "It's a Tough Job."
Yeah.
That's the name of the bottle
That's all.
because it's kind of tongue in cheek, but that's the appearance that people have.
Yeah, I mean, like I've run a business for over 20 years, and I think the most important thing that I've come to learn is that my clients have developed a trust with me,
Yeah.
and I had to earn that trust,
Yes.
and I have to maintain that trust
Yeah.
every single day.
Yeah.
And it is a job. That is the job. The job is to maintain their trust so that I'm providing the service they
Yeah.
expect to get from me, and that I'm delivering, and that they don't have to worry about things. And
Yeah.
As soon as they have to start worrying about that trust factor,
Right.
it starts to disintegrate, and it's a snowball effect.
Yeah.
And it's a big part. Now, Grace, I feel like Grace studies human psychology. I'm sure you've looked at the human psyche and like how to deal with the stress and fear levels and things like that. So I mean, I'm sure there's business implications with
Oh,
what
big
you're
time.
studying and everything too. So.
Yeah.
I got to figure that there's probably psychologists that specialize in just business owners.
Business. Oh yeah,
There-
have to
Yeah,
be,
that's
yeah.
actually what I want to go into. It's called IO Psych, Industrial Organizational Psych.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, like people like that go into like consulting, like you try and
Go into rally situations that may be bad, where there's bad, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a bad culture. Of
Yeah,
a,
yeah, like bad culture.
like
with-
HR stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
that's important.
I didn't even know that was a thing. And just that's awesome.
Organizational,
I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Organizational like change and
Yeah.
like the ebbs and flows. Yeah, it's a huge thing.
Well, and I was in
Yeah.
sales for 25 years before this. And it's so funny how many people, because I always got accolades for being a good sales guy where I was. And they're like, what do you do different? I'm like, I don't lie to my customers. I'm honest with my customers. I would tell my customer if they got a better bid from somebody else. I said, try it, man. It's a hell of a deal. I can't beat it. They
Yeah.
go do it, and then they came back and said, you're right.
Yeah.
And once you're honest with your people, you become a customer for life. They trust you. Like you said, they trust you.
But
And
that's,
then-
that's a huge thing. Like I said,
It's big.
I was in the medical device pharmaceutical world for almost 30 years, and
Yeah.
I've been part of great cultures. Unfortunately, the tail of my career and stuff, there were some bad cultures, and we talked about that. There was things that I was lying, like I was being told to lie about certain things because the company
crazy.
screwed up, and you cannot rectify that inside
No.
you.
Yeah.
Like these are guys that I have had 20 years relationship with, and I'm telling them something that I know is not true, and you're like, man, it's just not worth it. It's not
Yeah.
worth it.
20 years of being honest, and
20
they're,
yes.
they're your best friend. One lie,
Yeah.
and you're
It's
never
gone.
going to see him again.
Well, and
Yep.
in big corporations, A, you can afford consultants that come in and do this professionally for a living. B, you've got so many people that specialize in different areas. In small business, you don't. Like, I had an electrician business, and the people that were my leaders were people that were like my best electricians, but they weren't trained on how to be leaders.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so they were saying things and doing things on the job with people, and I was losing talent to it. Like, there's an aspect to the whole culture thing that's like, these leaders in small businesses, they don't know how to build a culture because they
There's-
specialize in what they specialized in.
There's
Yeah.
management and there's leadership,
Yes.
and a lot of people don't know the difference and stuff.
Yeah.
And I always say, like, good leaders, when I'm with a good leader and they say, what are they like, when you're being managed.
Yeah,
It's hard to describe when you're being with a good leader.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
it's a different feel. But
And not only that, but you can lead from any position in the organization.
yes,
You can be a leader as the guy on the low end of the,
Yeah.
the
But
pole.
so I love this conversation because the company I work for, we got acquired.
Mhm.
I worked for VMware and we got acquired by
you lose a
Broadcom.
lot of culture in acquisition.
Oh my goodness.
yes.
Yeah,
So VMware was a traditional West Coast, Palo Alto, Silicon Valley.
yep.
It was the coffee shop and
It's
the
the
massage people,
entrepreneurs,
like
yeah.
like all this coming around, right?
Yep.
Broadcom has a culture that is focused solely on profit.
Yep.
They're the highest paying company in the world
Yep.
for employees, and over 30,000 employees. The furthest that any one employee is away from the CEO is 5 levels
Yeah.
with 35,000 people.
That's
and when
wild.
we went from VMware to Broadcom, I was 14 levels at VMware. I'm 5 in Broadcom, but we lost 10% of the workforce just because there is no touchy feely at Broadcom. Zero. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing to me to have been on two complete opposite sides in just that short time period, where it was, we had 35,000 employees at VMware.
Yeah.
We're at like 8,000 or less now since we got acquired by Broadcom. And it's so weird when you see these transitions to
Gotta
see
adapt.
those opposite
You gotta
ends.
adapt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like my focus, like I don't want to get into the big corporate. Like I've done big corporate. I just got out of big corporate. Like I've worked
Yeah.
with multi-billion-dollar companies, right?
And honestly,
Like-
they've got enough resources. The
Yeah.
small businesses
They can do
don't.
it, yeah. And there's people that love to do that stuff. Like I want to get into the small business world where like people don't necessarily have that. There's still that like grassroots feel to it. Like the people that you have are dedicated to you. Like they're only in it because they love it and they love
Right.
what you're doing and the fun that you're having and
Yeah.
all of that. So
Where you do
I wanna
something
help
right
them
with
grow
this.
that and keep that
So-
right.
Yeah, this
So,
was really
okay,
right.
and we've
Let's
got
talk
like
about the whiskey. I
We've
want-
got our friend Dave Blakes. He owns a company, and
Yes, he
I think
does.
he's got 30 employees. But
Yeah.
he said like his youngest tenure is like 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's had all of these guys with him.
Well, his
in
youngest
this
tenure is
company.
his son.
Oh, okay. So obviously a little less.
He's
than that,
working
but-
his way into the
But for
management
the
role.
most
Yeah.
part, you know, his company consists of people
They
that
do.
are there. It's his family.
Yeah.
It
It's his
is. Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about the whiskey, I'm going to throw out a stupid, crazy note here. So with this cigar, at least, have you ever had the two different Fig Newtons, the regular Fig Newton and the cherry Fig Newton? This is a blend of both of those Fig Newtons with this cigar.
Okay, I'd buy that. I haven't had the cherry, but
Yeah.
I know kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I totally.
it's
this-
really popping.
By
with
the way,
cigar.
this is phenomenal.
It's so good.
That's a good one.
West Fork has been hit and miss for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just have, and you know they're a relatively new distillery, so that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But
It was the worst barrel though, so it's fine.
It's yeah. It's hard to put this down. I'm telling you, like
It's really
I've drank
rich
enough
and-
bottles to have like I bought those lampshades you can get on Amazon to put on top of the bottle.
Yeah.
So I've got like empty bottles with lampshades in my office now.
that makes a pretty good
Yeah,
gift.
man, I mean, like what this does on the mid palate and the finish is great. I love
Yeah.
the finish on this bourbon.
Yes.
I do too.
It just lingers.
There's like a journey on it.
Yeah, it just hits really mid palate, and then it doesn't tail off at all.
No.
It sticks to the tongue, sticks to the side of the mouth.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Well, and
And I
talk
had
about
to-
barrel picks too. You know, like with this one, and we've done this a few times, but I mean, a lot of our barrel picks we've been on, it was a clear winner. We're like, that's the one. We don't even need to blind them. This is one where there was like two or three of them. We're like, I'm not sure. We all had one in mind we thought was going to be the best one until we did the blind, and then this one shined.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know, it's nice to go back to blind because when you're doing a barrel pick, you get fatigued after trying 7-8 barrels.
I was pretty surprised
I
at
think
the
we
one
all
we
were.
chose.
I think we all were. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're all happy with it.
I was glad we didn't choose the first one blind. That first one was not.
I'm glad we didn't choose the 47 finishes barrel.
Yeah, the Heinz 57 barrel.
Oh God.
So Alan, you're on the Medallia from Macau.
Yes.
We've gone down to second cigar, Alan and I, and man, it absolutely works
Yeah,
with
I'm
this cigar.
getting there now. Yeah. I will say, we did try. Do you remember trying the Korean barbecue finished whiskey they had? That day?
Oh,
Do you remember that?
Man, after the end of the day, I didn't remember much, and I had to drive home. And I shouldn't say that online, but
So Grace and you guys, they had a Korean finished barbecue.
I remember you
whiskey.
saying that.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
look, we talked about it. It's very gimmicky.
It is.
I didn't like the flavor on it, but
yeah.
I think they only made like 40 bottles. Of it,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
it sold out within an hour.
Sure.
So
It's
West
weird,
Fork's doing
unique.
fun things like that.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. Is it gimmicky? I mean, you could say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun day. I think like you came out with a really good barrel.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it.
I'm happy with what we picked. I hope you are. I think
I'm
you-
excited because, like, it's one thing to hand out like a bottle of bourbon, just a random bottle, but it's another thing to like have your own. Like, you can't get this anywhere else.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like mine,
Yep.
and like.
Well,
I'm-
and some of your clients may never be whiskey drinkers.
say that again.
They may not be whiskey drinkers at all.
Oh,
But
yeah,
they're
yeah.
going to have that bottle. They're going to put
They
it on
will
their
be
shelf.
after we're done.
But they'll have it on their shelf because they may
Yeah.
never crack that bottle, but they're going to have it on
Yeah.
their shelf. It's like, that was a really cool gift.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted something that like didn't just get placed somewhere and then like got misplaced somewhere.
Right.
Like, this is so unique that even if they don't open it, like, it's gonna sit there and people are gonna ask, "What the heck is that thing?"
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah, as
It's
a-
yours.
I want to get your opinion, Grace. Like as a female palate on this, like what do you think of this whiskey? Do you think it's
Yeah,
You
I
like
do
it?
like it. I think it is pretty sweet.
yeah?
Yep.
Like,
And this one's coming out, what was it, 124 proof?
it was 121.
121.
I don't think it drinks
1.5
that
or
at all.
something.
It does.
Yeah.
No.
It definitely
It doesn't. It doesn't.
compared to the 103 that we had in the Blantons.
Yeah.
It's
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 about
smooth.
equal, yeah.
The corn sweetness is here, and the wheat kind of just takes it and balances it out.
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
nice. And there's good age on this, so like I always say with wheated bourbons, you need to have some age on it. Like when you're in that 3-4 year range, it just doesn't. It's too grassy and too earthy, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
But when all the sweetness and the balance comes with age on, especially on wheated bourbons, and this one's where it should be. in my
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, totally agree.
And by the way, anybody out there that wants to try this, we still have them on the bar. So you can come out here and try this exact bottle on the bar.
Do you feel a little more peppery?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's maybe for this cigar, it's up in the pepper
Yeah.
just a little bit. with this bourbon.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm. So you brought up the Fig Newton, Rob, and I kind of feel like that there is somewhat of a soft cookie note
Yeah.
Yes.
that comes
Like the
through
cookie on a fig. Yep.
between these two. Kind of, there is a little bit of that bready cookie
Yeah.
note that's there that I really like.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're getting ready to do a event, a kind of a release party kind of thing here. So you
Yeah.
want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so January 16th here. So again, going back to the relationship thing, like my goal out of all of this, even the bourbon pick, was I wanted to build relationships with people in this area, just start organically growing this thing. And so same concept here. We're gonna on January 16th here at Final Third, we're gonna do the release of the bourbon. We'll do 2 pours and a cigar. We'll pair it with a cigar.
Yep.
And I think we're pricing it at $40.
Okay.
To do it, we can register online.
So we need to get that information so I can start putting it on
we'll
the
get
email.
that out.
Yeah.
We'll get that out. But then, if you want to come and just get 1 pour or something like that, we can figure that out as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the goal is to just meet people, build relationships, and
Well, and if
drink some
you're
bourbon.
new into a business or a small business that are granted, every small business starting is going to have struggles. it's part-
even if you're not starting,
It
you've
does
been in it for a while.
Always. And
If you're looking to take it to the next level,
Yeah. so
maybe
if you're in that boat and
well.
you want to come out and actually be a part of this,
Yeah.
to just maybe glean a little bit of information on it and figure out
Yeah.
maybe that's my next step. Maybe I need consulting.
Yeah.
This might be a good day to come out and do that.
Yeah,
I
I mean, I just got out of a company I was with for 4 years. Actually, I did the corporate thing for 4 years, but I just got out of that, and we were profitable. I mean, we operated on only cash, and we grew. When I got there 4 years ago, we were at 10 million, and we finished at 60 million this year.
Nice.
And
Great,
so
man.
it was one of those, and we did it all in cash. Nothing we did was in debt or anything like that. And so you can be in a great spot. You still need the strategy of how do we take it to the next level, you
Right.
know, and how do we scale this thing and do it well. So it's not all about like we're living in fear or we've got scared or like we're new and how do we take it to the next point. Like sometimes it's just like how do we go from 10
Yeah.
million to 60 million, you know?
You need that fresh set of eyes to take that cap away, right? There's that
Yes.
ceiling that you feel like you hit.
Yes.
And for small business, I mean, I know it better than anybody. Like you feel like you kind of hit this plateau and you can't
Yes.
get past it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what your gift is being
Yeah.
able to take people to that next
Yeah.
step
Yeah.
if they want to go there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the
I
next
think
step
everyone
is,
wants to go to the next level, you know?
yeah, 90-inch TV. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
I'm working on it. I'm working on it because that one's going home to my house.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Well, cool.
Well, guys, I think we've kind of hit
All right,
all the
cool.
marks
Anything
today.
else you want to share before
No,
we
man.
cut
Like,
off
I
this
think
part?
January 16th is going to be a good day.
Yes.
Yeah,
We'll be here in
Looking forward
person.
to
I'd
it.
love to meet people.
Yeah, we'll
and-
put it on social media. We'll also have it on the email going out every week.
Yeah.
We'll have something posted here too, but also we'll connect on social media, make sure everything's
Sweet.
collaborating. So
Yeah.
cool.
Appreciate the time.
Yeah, we have a little after hours, so you can stay on. If you want to stay on with that too. So
you can cuss then.
yeah, you
So-
trust then.
Dave, where can they find you on all the socials or web pages or whatever?
So the name of the company is The DF Effect, and the domain is that www.thedfeffect.com. Social medias, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of them. We're all over it. So
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Grace, any social media you want to share where people can follow you?
You
You don't have to.
no, that's okay.
No.
You can find me at Cocky Wolverine, and don't forget to follow the Final Third podcast.
You
Yeah.
can find me at Scotty D Smokes.
All things Big Al.
You can find me everywhere. Final Third Cigar.
Thanks all.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
Cheers,
as
guys.
always.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers.
Happy
We'll
New
see you,
Year.
see you
Happy
next
New
week.
Year.
All right.
thanks,
So we-
guys.